you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. This is your weekly honey carrot. And you know what? I was going to do a carrot podcast. Actually, the most carrot one I've ever done. A 100% raw carrot that's just good for you. Maybe even a little bit tough love. Because really, I'm just here to make your life better. And sometimes that's to comfort you. Sometimes it's to help you grow in the ways you need to grow. And sometimes it's fun to grow in certain ways. But then sometimes it's like growing pains and you don't want to do it. But then your life is happier on the other end. But instead of doing that one, I'll do that one later. And I'm just going to do a full honey episode. It's a 100% honey episode. So you can just turn off your mind if you want and just listen to the sound of my voice. Or you can grab a plushie. Actually, I have a plushie here too. And I have something really fun planned for you. I think it's going to be really, really special. And if you don't have a plushie right now, do you remember how, enunciate, do you remember how, okay, that's a tough one. I'm working on it, always trying to get better for you. Do you remember how I showed off, there was a podcast episode and there was a TikTok. There's this little, I think we're going to call it the Lindy Hug. And anywhere you are, oh God, what is the episode? It's called, I think, Downward Spirals. This is really useful as a trick when your brain starts to get away from you and you start having negative thoughts, and that makes more negative thoughts, and that makes more negative thoughts. So I'm going to teach you how to do it again. So make like a fist with one hand. And then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to put it in between your ring finger and your middle finger. And just kind of snuggle it in there, right? There should be kind of a cozy place where you can get this thumb where there's two fingers on one side, two fingers on another side. And then just kind of like squeeze it a little bit and then let go. Let's do that real quick. Even if you have your plushie, let me teach you the Lindy Hug. The Lindy Hand Hug, sorry. It's the Lindy Hand Hug. I'm declaring it now. All right. Hopefully there's a Wikipedia article on it someday. I don't know. Actually, I don't ever want a Wikipedia article. I just want it to be you and me. Okay. There's nothing else but just you and just me. Okay. So we're going to do the Lindy Hand Hug. You ready? I'm going to squeeze and you squeeze at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did you feel me? Because the way it works is when I squeeze, my fist is connected to your fist. And so the energy that I'm putting into my fist right now, that energy is traveling through time and space and through the garden, actually. The magical, magical powers of the garden. The poetic powers of the garden. You don't even have to get spooky things in to have this be true. I am sending you my energy, whether it's real or I prefer poetic. And it's landing at your fist, and you are going to feel me. You're going to feel just the way you do when you listen to my voice. So you can use it anywhere you are. Okay, let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. I'm sending you all my love. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Yeah. Okay, and release. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. And release. Okay, now I want you to do it on your own while I say these things. So next 60 seconds, I want you to be doing these squeezes. Hey there, little bunny. I love you very, very much. You're safe with me, and I'm always, always with you. And I really, really do love you. I really, really do love you. I mean it. I love you, little bunny. I'm always here with you, and I will always protect you. And really, everything is going to be okay. Just relax. Just feel your whole body untense. Okay. We're done with the training. Wasn't that good? You can use the Lindy Hand Hug anytime you need it. Okay. So, I have some people waiting for you right now, little bunny. And I told them that I would be there in 5 to 10 minutes. And I think it's been 10 minutes or longer right now. So I hope you have your plushie right now, because we're going to do something very, very fun and magical in all the most garden ways that it can be. So I talk a decent bit on the podcast about the Discord, and the Discord is not like the be-all, end-all of the garden. The garden is many things, and you can interact with it and get what you need out of it in many different ways. The Discord is just one way. But it's also the most social way, and I have a fun little social game for us. So even if you're not in the Discord, I want you to feel included in that space. There's a lot of love there, and I want to extend it to you too if you're not there. So I have instructed, is it the Bunny Brigade? I don't know. We're still figuring out what everything is. But there's some bunnies in the courtyard of the Discord who are all standing by to give you a big plushie hug. Not just me. How many people is it going to be? I'll tell you when it happens. It's probably going to be about 10. Okay? So you're going to have 10 of your loving fellow bunnies give you a hug through your plushie. Okay? Are you getting excited? I'm getting excited. I know you are too. Okay. I'm going to open back up the Discord. You're going to hear me type. Okay, I'm rallying the troops. Okay, it's going to work like this. I'm going to count to 3, as you know, and I'm going to squeeze the plushie, and I'm going to command all of the little bunnies who are active in the Discord at this moment, who have their own plushies, and they're going to squeeze at the same time, okay? And you're going to receive their love. I'm going to explain what's going on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, squeeze, go, squeeze. Yeah, they've all got you. Okay, I'm gonna say, I've got you, little bunny. Say it to the podcast bunny. Right now, say some encouraging words to them. I want to tell them what you're saying. Okay. Someone's saying, I've got you, little bunny. Yeah? Oh, hold on. My pop screen is moving. And I'm squeezing right now, too. I've got you, too. Another one says, I got you, little bunny. Someone else says, hi, little bunny. Oh, sorry, I just sniffled in your ears, in your little bunny ears. Someone says, we're here whenever you need us. Yeah? And someone else says, you can do this, little bunny. Don't ever give up. Someone else is saying, I got you, little bunny. You're going to be great and do great things. Someone says, I'm still squeezing. Oh, and they're saying, for other bunnies to get in here. I think there's more bunnies who want to join who missed it. I think more people are coming. I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them to do the handhold, if they don't have one. told them to do the hand squeeze if there's no one nearby. Okay. Okay, I gotta scroll back up. What else are they telling you? This one is saying, y'all bunnies are so special. Referring to all of us right now on this hug. We love you, little bunny, says someone else. Everything is gonna be okay, little bunny. Then we have someone who missed the hug and is joining on now. So do you feel that extra little bunny who joined on this little group hug? Someone says you're doing amazing. Someone says you are loved, little bunny. We love you, says another. Welcome, little bunny. We're so happy you're home. You are precious and loved, says another. You are a special bunny like all of us here, and I hope that you feel this love through this hug. That's a great one. I'm going to read it again. You are precious and loved. You are a special bunny like all of us here, and I hope that you feel this love through this hug. Someone else says, you're forever loved and appreciated, little bunny. I hope this is still recording. Okay, good. Oh, this is so good. I like this. I don't remember what I said. You're forever loved and appreciated, little bunny. Nothing can hurt you now that you're here with us. You're safe, little bunny. Another one says, you're safe, little bunny. Someone says, we will always be here for you, little bunny. Someone says, we're your family now, little bunny. We love you. Someone says, you can count on us, little bunny. Someone says you are protected here in the garden, little bunny. Oh, and now there's several people typing. They're even doing the podcast for me. Okay. Okay. If you can't walk in the sunshine, we'll sit with you in the rain. We love you, little bunny, always. You're safe, little bunny. We love you and will always be here for you. Someone says, you will never be judged by anyone here. We love you just the way you are, little bunny. Man, it keeps coming. Home is where the bunnies roam. Of course, some of these bunnies are double dipping, but that's a new one. There's a lot of bunnies in here. Oh my God. Someone says, thank you for being with us too, little bunny. Yeah? Okay. I gotta call it at some point. This is crazy. I'm gonna say, I gotta say. Okay. I feel like this could go on forever. And maybe you want it to go on forever. I just said, I'm going to speak for you. Okay. Going to speak for the little bunny on the podcast. They say, I love you all very, very much, my fellow little bunnies. Okay. And now the hearts are rolling in. Oh man, so many hearts. Oh my God. I wish you could see how many hearts are rolling in. These are for you, little bunny. These are not for me. Oh my God. There's so many heart reacts in here. Oh, okay. You've got a lot of love coming at you. Okay. Should I tell them to hold the hug? Oh man. That would be pretty epic. Oh, someone says they're crying right now. We're so glad you're here. Welcome home. Someone says, we all love you very, very much. Daddy as well. We love you too, fellow bunnies. Okay, I'm going to say, I'm going to get back to the episode recording. If anyone wants to hold on to their plushie for the next hour, I'll let the podcast bunny know they've still got someone on the line. Okay, let's see. I'll give them a second. Okay, wow. Oh my God. The reactions are coming in. Oh my God, you're going to have a lot of people staying on the line. Okay, in the meantime, while I give them a chance to reply, I'm going to drink my... What beverage did I pick, little bunny? What beverage for the most honey episode? This is by far the most honey episode I've ever done. Let's see that on. Yeah, I think you're going to have plenty of people staying on the line for the rest of the podcast. Okay, so my beverage, I'm still holding you, by the way, too. I've got my plushie held tight. I have hot chocolate this time. And you know what, little bunny? Something's wrong with the hot chocolate. Let me take a sip. Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if I'm crazy. But I think the pan that I made it in hadn't been cleaned like as good as it should have, you know? And this is such an interesting moment. Okay. Yeah. A lot of people are confirming they're holding onto their plushies for the rest of the podcast. Okay. I'm going to tell them, I'll tell you all when the podcast is done, unless I forget. So hold on until I say we're done. Those of you who can stay, those of you who can't, don't worry about it. I said, so hold on until I say we're done, and I'm getting salute reacts, multiple of them. Okay. Okay. You've got confirmed 6 bunnies who are going to stay with you on the line. Oh man, let me make sure I'm still recording. This is so good. Okay. This is such a magical moment. Okay. So my hot chocolate, this is such an interesting hot chocolate experience because, it's like, how incredible is it that I have hot chocolate? And the fact that there's a little oil or something in it. You know, what a treat to have hot chocolate, even if it's not optimal hot chocolate. Oh man. So I have my favorite coffee shop that I write a lot of garden content at. And they have the best bagels. They make them in-house. You wouldn't think of this place as being a bagel shop, but they're so, so good. Because, hold on. Because they have a lot of seasoning on them. Hold on. Because I like the everything bagel. It's just such a vibrant flavor. And, yeah, so I love it because there's like a lot of seasoning on it. And they're pretty small too. So it's like a lot of seasoning and not a lot of bread. And they have good coffee too. And it's like a nice interior. So just yesterday, I think it was, or 2 days ago, like everything went wrong in this coffee shop experience. So they had changed the bagel recipe. And I don't know if they're going back. So that now it's like an ordinary bagel. And then the coffee I ordered, the guy made it wrong, so it was really weak. It was an espresso drink, not an espresso drink, but an espresso drink. Learned something, didn't you? A little bit of carrot there. Little espresso carrot for you. And he made it wrong, so it was like really, really weak. It just was just like milk, basically. And then in previous times, this guy, I mean, he's new, so, you know, it's whatever. But in previous times, he had put like the lightest layer of cream cheese, like barely, you can see through it. It's so light. And so I asked him this time, I was like, yeah, I can make sure to, put a full amount of cream cheese on there. He's like, yeah, I got you. But then I kind of distracted him. I kind of threw him off of his routine by saying that, and he ended up putting the wrong cream cheese on it. So now I had an off coffee, a bagel that is replacing the most delicious bagel that I've ever had. And it's got the wrong cream cheese on it. And it's just how spoiled am I? How unbelievably spoiled am I to have this delicious milky beverage? This is speaking of 2 days ago. This nourishment, this seasoned bread, not just bread, but seasoned with all these different things, all these spices from, every little thing has to be farmed, right? That's a lot to farm. I guess what is on there? There's different seeds, and there's some garlic, which is roasted. So even the technology to roast garlic, you could do it on a stove fire, but there's back in their kitchen, there's ovens that are so complex, and there's so many people that have poured their lives into making really good industrial ovens. Yeah, I'm so thankful for those people. And even if this bagel is not his most maximum ideal bagel, it's so wonderful that I just have food, There's times in history, which is not even that long ago, is you can really screw things up if you run a country wrong. And you can have vast amounts of people that have no food because of some stupid ideas that people put into place that just removes food like nobody would believe. And I live in a country and a period of time where there is no risk of that. I say right now, who knows what will happen in the future, but certainly I have never been in danger of starving. And I don't expect I will ever be in danger of starving in the future unless there's some kind of cataclysm, which I feel like I just have to say in case someone says, ha ha, you're wrong. But I can't imagine that I'm ever going to go hungry. That's incredible. And it might even be tempting to say, well, there's places in the world where they don't have food. And perhaps to some degree that's true. But we live in kind of a profound age of abundance. Lack of food at this point is now a problem of organization rather than a problem of the food being there. So, yeah, we've solved some incredible problems. And that doesn't mean that we're in a perfect utopia, but oh my God, compared to history, wow, we're doing really, really, really well. Really, really well. And so it's so funny when I made this hot chocolate and I look at it and it's oh, I see some oil on the top of this. And I take a sip and it's yeah, this is the non-ideal chocolate, because this is the best hot chocolate you can get, by the way. It's from this boutique store. It's very, very bougie. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about hot chocolate. Although there is someone, one of the bunnies who would probably still hugging you right now, is called Hot Chocolate Connoisseur. The official little bunny hot chocolate connoisseur. And they're going to be so happy to know that they're getting a shout out. I think they're still on the hug. They're lamenting right now how hard it is to squeeze their plushie and to type at the same time. And they sent that just now, so they are in fact squeezing you right now. So on this little plushie call, which I'm on, oh my God, they keep wanting me to say more things. Yeah, so I'm not even the most hot chocolatey of the bunnies on this call right now. But this is such incredible high quality hot chocolate ordinarily. And I'm talking so much it's gotten cold. Okay, I'm going to shut up and take a sip. Wow. My life is great. And sometimes it might not feel like your life is great. And in a lot of ways, I'm sure there are things in your life that's not great. And we're going to help fix those. Okay? I'm going to help fix those. And you have a whole team of bunnies here that loves you. Okay? Even if you're not on the Discord, I might find ways to do this kind of thing in the future. We're all here for you. Okay? You're not alone. You're not alone, little bunny. You have hard things, but you're not alone. So don't ever think you're alone. And we are going to get through it. And we are going to build the life that you're happy living. And I know how to do it. So that's the good news, is that now that you've found the garden, if you want it, this can be the turning point of your life. That sounds so dramatic, but I'm not trying to be dramatic. It's just honest. It's like you have the period of your life before you have the garden. And then you have your period now that you found it. And that's it. It's just like there's the before and there's the after. And the after is going to be a lot better than the before. I can promise you that. So, what else? So if you're tempted to join the Discord, a reminder that it is 18 plus only. And if you're not 18 plus, just wait. It's going to be there for you. It's going to be even better by the time you get there. It is part of Patreon, which is a subscription. I won't say how much it is because it's probably changed, but it's quite cheap. And this is not a sales pitch. I really want to make sure this is not a sales pitch. But I'm just letting you know how to get access to Discord, because what I've been talking about like how this time period in life is really, really incredible. I'm going to be leading a book called Enlightenment Now. We are starting this thing where it's a book club on the Discord. And it's going to be every new season in the Northern Hemisphere. We're going to start fresh with as many books as people want to lead. So anybody can start a book and they can lead the book club. And they get their own channel and you can recruit people to join and make friends and stuff. And I'm going to lead one. And I'm going to read Enlightenment Now. It's a nonfiction book by Steven Pinker, who's a Harvard professor. He's a professor of psychology, but he does like everything. He's a really impressive person. I have more to say about him at some point in the future, but I think I'll save that. He did something for me that was really special. And it was very small, but it kind of changed my self-worth in some ways. And I'm getting slightly teary. So basically, I had a question, and this guy's pretty famous. He's not a celebrity, but he's been on the Joe Rogan podcast, which is the most popular podcast in the world at the time of recording this. So he's been seen by millions and millions of people, and he's a very, very busy man. And because he's a Harvard professor, I was able to get just his Harvard email address. And I just sent him this question I had. And I felt immediately guilty by wasting his time. But he actually replied to me. And this was after I had read his book. And the question I asked it was pretty dumb. I was really curious about it. I had actually asked the question on Reddit, and people told me I was an idiot. And I was like, okay, I'm going to ask Steven Pinker. And then he basically told me that I was mostly right. Certainly he, how do I say this that doesn't sound like I'm gloating? Basically, the answers I got on Reddit were wrong, and Steven Pinker said I was right. Plus, here's some other things to think about. And he took some time to he's like, check out these readings and check out this concept, and be careful that you don't think this because it's actually this. And it was like crazy. And then I've replied to him, like thanking him, and then he replied back a second time. So I'm kind of a terrible student, actually, and I didn't follow up on any of the things he sent me. So I kind of wasted his time, honestly. I really wasted. He's one of the brilliant minds that we have. And he's getting old too. Every day counts with this mind on earth. And I had just wasted, 10 minutes of his time. But it improved my self-worth in the sense that it's like, why do I have to be on the sidelines? Why do I have to be watching people do great things? It was my first moment where I attempted to get involved in people who are, there's a subset of people who run the world, not in some nefarious way, but they're just the people who write lots of books. They're the people who do lots of interviews, the people who just become really good at what they're doing. They become the top in their field, even if that's multiple fields. But there's some group of people that really, really run the world, and not in a bad way, but in a good way. They run the world by their own competence. One second. And he's one of those people. And I had reached out to a few people. I think it was before this. Maybe it was after this. But I had reached out to some other big name people and hadn't gotten a reply. But I got a reply from him, and it just made me realize that I can be. I don't want to be in this group of people that runs the world. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm saying I can be the real deal. I don't know how to phrase it. I can be someone. I can be someone who makes things happen. I can be someone who, I don't want to say impacts lives, because then that starts to sound kind of buzzwordy. And I don't want to start to be dishonest. Because a lot of what I'm doing here is just for fun. Actually, this is the most, this is tied for the most fun I've had all day. I think this slightly wins the most fun I've had all day. I'll tell you what the other thing fun I had all day was. It was right before this. And no, it wasn't making the hot chocolate in the oily pan. But yeah, I can be the real deal. And I'm realizing as I say this how unbelievable hypocritical I am. Because this past month, I've had to come to terms with the fact that I just can't reply to the vast majority of messages I get. So if that's you, it's really not because I don't care. It's just because if the amount of time that I work on the garden would be just, or the amount of energy that I'm able to, the capacity that I can put, it would be all to responding to DMs and emails and things like that. And I've just had to come to terms with that it's a lot harder to run things like a small village that it once was. But that's okay, because we grow in interesting ways. And now we get to do things like have this Plushie Hug, because I didn't get to do this when it was a village. when things were smaller. It might have been that no one was on at that time. Maybe it'd be one little bunny, and I'd be hard pressed to get them. Not hard pressed, but maybe they're busy doing something else. You're still being hugged right now by me and others. Let me check back in and see. I can't even keep up with it. There's no way I can keep up with what's going on. So, okay, I gotta get back to just you. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I'm going to lead the book club. It's going to start on December 27th. You can either join the Discord if you want to do that, or you don't ever have to spend any money on the garden, ever, okay? Being a little bunny, being my little bunny, is not a purchase, okay? There's a convenient reason. I don't know if I'll get into it. I think I won't get into it, but there's several reasons, actually. Some surprising reasons that you might not realize for why the garden requires the Patreon. Sorry, why the Discord requires the Patreon sub. But even if you don't spend a single penny ever on the garden, in fact, you'll probably be giving me money. If in case there's a podcast sponsor one day, which there will be pretty soon. I've been saying that for like 2 months now. Anyway, if you want to read Enlightenment Now, you can just read it on your own. But it's a really thick nonfiction book. It's not Harry Potter. But it is pretty funny. But it's graphs and statistics. It's just literally looking at the data of every measure. However you could measure the world, like the people of the world, especially in terms of well-being. It's just a look at all of the data over time. And you will really realize that this rage that you've been being fed by newspapers and by social media, this rage and pessimism that like the world is going to hell. I'm not going to say there's no problems, but that's all extremely misleading. Extremely misleading. Yeah, this is the best time to have ever lived. Ever. Today. Today is the best day to have ever lived in the history of the world. And you know what? Tomorrow's going to break that record. I can just about guarantee it. Unless that natural disaster, I keep what's the word for this? Okay, this is like an SAT question. Is it qualify? No. Qualify sticks in my mind as a word because I got that wrong on a practice SAT and I got really pissed. Excuse me, really peeved. Qualify meaning like, oh God, this is getting so boring. The carrot is sneaking into the honey. Okay, relax, little bunny. Just relax with your daddy. I've got you. You're safe here. I won't make you learn vocabulary words in this podcast anymore, okay? Does that make you happy? No more vocabulary words. You just get to relax with me. Oh, how long have we been at this? I don't even know. I don't keep a timer. I just go until I stop. I should go until I finish this hot chocolate, and I'm not very far at all. And it's your fault, little bunny. I'm good at the mean voice, but I don't like doing the mean voice that much. Little bunny. What should I say in the mean voice? Okay, maybe this will be a little carrot. I'll tell you okay, I'm going to tell you to take care of yourself. You know what it means. I want you to think of what it is. What is the thing you're not doing well enough? And I mean, like, are you not eating enough food? Are you not getting enough sleep? Are you, by the way, getting enough sleep? A lot of that is where you put your phone at night. You should go plug in your phone way out of reach. Go put it on the other side of the room. Plug it in on the other side of the room. You don't want to have your monkey brain be like, oh, let me grab the phone because I can't fall asleep. Oh, yeah, great. That's going to work. What is the thing you need to be doing? Do you need to be exercising? If you are trying to change your body, I would prefer that you don't try and eat less. I would prefer you eat less sugar and you try to get 10,000 steps. And if you're into exercise, then go do exercise. I think cutting out sugar will do a lot more than you think if you're trying to change your body. But don't just be like, I'm going to eat like a cracker today and that'll be it. I forbid you from doing that. Okay. What else? I say as I drink my sugar milk, my chocolate sugar milk. I've been taking care of my health lately. I swapped out my cereal for sugar-free cereal, and that's gonna be the podcast sponsor. The reason I haven't had it yet is because they want me to sell a minimum number of boxes. So originally, I wanted to just read an advertisement, and I wanted you to not have to worry about buying anything. It's just like all you do is you listen to it, and you've given your daddy 2 pennies. That's awesome. It looks like it's going to be easier if I do like to use the code GARDEN at checkout. And then if you use that code, they give me some of their profits. And like that always felt really greasy to me. You know, it's like, like, go buy this pillow. And then, you know, I really want you to spend $50 on this pillow that's not worth $50 or $100, let's say. I don't know how much pillows go for. $200. It's like, go buy this $200 pillow, little bunny. And they'll give me $5. Like, no, I don't want you to go spend $200 on some pillow that I don't even use and so that I can get $5. You got to be kidding me. Of course I don't want that situation. However, this sugar-free cereal, I eat it now. I've replaced my sugary cereals with this. But they need me to sell like a minimum number of boxes. And I think I can hit that number, but I would have to like really, really hammer it home. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to sell you sugar-free cereal pretty soon. See, that's a good thing to sell you. All right. But anyway, I was going to say, I'm taking care of my health. I want you to do that too. And I want you to think of the thing that you need to be doing. What is it that I want you to be doing that you're not doing? I'm going to tell you to do it in just a second after I sip this hot chocolate. Listen up, little bunny. Do what I need you to do. Take care of yourself. Okay? Be good for your daddy. Make your daddy proud. Okay? Do it. Do what you need to do to make your life better. Okay? Do you understand? All right. Good, little bunny. I'm back, little bunny. Maybe I am becoming a voice actor. I think I'm stealing that joke from Arrested Development. I am an actor. Oh, I should give you show recommendations too. I think this episode has turned into like an emergency Plushie Hug. Let me see who's still on the line. I'm going to say, just curious, checking in. Who's still on the line? Any more words for the podcast, bunny? Okay, show recommendations. I think if you're going through a hard time, what are some good shows? One really pops to my mind. This is an excellent show if you kind of need to get lost in a world, and you want the world to inspire you to get better at the things you want to get better at, to be high achieving in some sphere that exists that you're interested in. Hot Chocolate Bunny says, still here and we always will be. I wonder if I should tell them. No, I won't tell them I'm talking about them. That'll freak them out. Take another sip of hot chocolate in their honor. Here we go. Oh no, the skin of the hot chocolate just prevented me from that sip. Let me try again. Okay, they're sending you. Another one says they're still here. Someone says there's so many squeezes still to squeeze. Someone says you're doing amazing, little bunny. Yeah, and I'm here hugging you too. I'm going to give you another big squeeze. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. This show, if you're dealing with a hard period of your life, you may have already seen this show. It's very, very famous. I would like for you, excuse me, my body's making sounds. I would like for you to watch Naruto. And why do I want you to watch Naruto? Maybe you've already seen Naruto. But if you haven't, pause. If you have, I want you to watch it again. Well, you don't have to watch it again. If you want something to get lost in. I especially want to explain why to watch Naruto. Okay, it's getting late and I'm confusing myself. Let me talk about Naruto. So, Naruto is this incredible world. It's one of these anime. It's an anime. It's one of these shows, one of these animes where you can really, like the world is so rich that it feels like there's a logic inside the world and it obeys the logic, and it feels like you're peering into some place that exists, even if there's supernatural involved, or their version of supernatural. Which it's not supernatural in their world, because it's just like, all these crazy magic things exist, and it's just like, that's just what the world is. So other shows like this are like Game of Thrones, where the world feels very, very, like you're just kind of poking your head into this alternate world, and you're just looking around and seeing these characters do these things. It's in contrast to any kind of fiction where the world is just kind of like, it's not that convincing. They're really just trying to tell a story about characters. Anyway, back to Naruto. The reason it's important that there's this world is that when the world is so self-consistent, when the fiction world of Naruto is so I don't even know what I said. When it stands on its own, you're able to see yourself in that world. And you're able to kind of wonder what you would be like. Because there's many characters in this anime. There's so many, easily over 100, that all have their own unique designs and names and special abilities, things like that. Things they're good at, things they're bad at. Man, I'm wanting to go watch it again. But you can kind of see yourself in there. And maybe you see yourself through a character, or you like pick and choose, like, I'm kind of like this character in these ways, and I'm kind of like that character in these ways. And then you might admire this character in that way, and you kind of experiment with what does it feel like when you kind of imagine yourself as that character, and you get to embody this side of yourself that is high achieving in these ways, where you're getting to feel what it's like to be a better version of yourself that you want to be. I'll have to rewatch it and tell you which characters I identify with. I think I know what I am. this is useful to you if you are a little bunny who has seen Naruto. I'm a combination of well, this is tricky because one of these characters changes dramatically, and I kind of can't stand him after his changing. But the beginning of the show, Sasuke, very much me, as well as Shikamaru, or in the Japanese pronunciation, Shikamaru. Or is it Shikaramu? No, I gotta mix it. Shikamaru. I can't remember. How do they say it in the Japanese one? I watched it in Japanese because the voice acting of American cartoons is just so, And part of what they do wrong is they try and match the energy of the Japanese voices. But Japanese is a language where you can just go, you can go crazy goofy and it sounds really cool, And in English, you can't go crazy goofy and have it sound cool. It just sounds really, really weird. So I've yet to see, actually, the Studio Ghibli movies are excellent in English because they understand it. They don't get voice actors. They get regular actors to do it, by the way. And they don't overdo the voices. It's so wonderful. I highly recommend to watch Studio Ghibli in English. Really, really excellent. But anime, if you can read the subtitles, and you have to pause occasionally to they'll put a wall of text when they explain what the move is, the translation is, and you got to pause it real quick and go back and what is going on? Anyway, do you know why? God, I can't say it. I'm going to not try and speak Japanese anymore. By the way, there's not that many Japanese bunnies, Japanese little bunnies. So we got to fix that, yeah? I'm scheming ways to break into Japan and South Korea. I think that would be really fun to have some little bunnies in those countries. Language barrier is tough. And also, TikTok just has never sent me there. By the way, I'm sorry I have not been making TikToks. I've been taking a little mini vacation, and it was much needed. And I'm feeling very, very refreshed. I have not forgotten about TikTok. Anyway, you wouldn't believe why I'm like Shikamaru. It's because he's actually quite lazy. I'm a very lazy little bunny. Did you know that? How is it that I can be this lazy when I've got I've built this Discord from no one to, this is not bragging, but it's just this is wild. You have, how many, I talk about the Discord too much, but it's this is a full on town, right? I could leave for a month and it would be just as vibrant when I got back. So you might think certainly no one lazy could do that. And then this podcast, what is this, 32 or something, or 33? I'm 31, I don't know. That's an example of me being lazy, is I'm literally too lazy to pull up the list. I say this every time because there's always good podcasts that I want to recommend, previous episodes I want to point you to. And I'm always even right now, I'm looking at my phone. I could pull it up. I could go find the I could find out what number podcast this is. Yeah. Is it 31, 32, 33? I have no idea. And I could know, but I'm just too lazy. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? I feel like there's some moral to the story here. I feel like I was leading to some kind of carrot moment. I don't know. I think it's just about finding what's fun and building good habits. I promise this was going to be a honey episode. Why am I giving you advice now? Okay, your only homework only homework is to watch Naruto. If you are looking for a world to get lost in and you want to envision yourself improving in life at the things that you want to be better at. Because all the characters get stronger. They start out pretty weak, and it's paced beautifully. What we call the power progression, where they start pretty weak, but then they get better and better and better and better and better and better and better. And I won't explain too much about the further episodes in the show, because it's more important that you get to experience the journey yourself. But that's your only homework, is to watch Naruto if you want a world to get lost in. And there's a other reason I recommend it, by the way, little bunnies. There's a freaking huge number of episodes. That's the other reason. If I recommend you watch like a 10 episode show, there's plenty of 10 episode shows I could recommend. I like Queen's Gambit. That's another one, by the way. If you want something shorter and maybe you've already seen Naruto, check out Queen's Gambit. That's another one of these get better shows. I love shows. I figured this out. I love shows with competent main characters. Shows and fiction. Interestingly enough, Naruto is quite incompetent, and I'm not a fan of him. And I think I don't want to say he's the worst part of the show, but he's not the appeal for me. I love competent characters. Oh, it's the best. And I guess I love being a competent person. And I was not always, but it's who I aspired to be. Oh, okay. I think I'll end it with something really dumb. I said this was either my favorite or second favorite moment of the night. Well, this is so dumb if you didn't think I was a nerd. I'm about to reveal even more nerd. So, I feel like ashamed to say this. So at the time of recording, a new World of Warcraft expansion has come out. And I don't have that much time to put into the game as other people. And I have a group of friends that I play video games with, and that's like their main hobby. So it's like they go to work and they do great things at work, and they make the world a better place, and they have stressful lives, and work is stressful, and then they come home and they all hop on Discord, a different Discord, and we just all get on voice chat, and we just have a great time playing games. And you wouldn't believe it, I'm really glad that I help boost up the culture into being one of really positive. I think I've noticed that the more I've been around, it seems like the people have gotten more and more in good moods, and maybe they don't realize if they're secretly little bunnies in the garden, but they don't know about it. I'm pretty private with who knows about this stuff, although one of them does know about it. But yeah, so I don't have as much time to play in the game, and the game is, I hate to say it, I'm not going to recommend you play World of Warcraft because it does not make you a better person. I'm not going to recommend you don't play it because it's fun. But I would much rather you watch Naruto than play World of Warcraft if you want something to sink a lot of time into. But I don't have a lot of time to put into it, nearly as much as my friends do. And it's the kind of game where it's kind of sneaky. The more you play it, the stronger your character gets. So they just want you to sink a ton of hours into it, which really sucks. But today, they're all stronger characters than me, right? They all have the better gear, like all their armor and their weapons are better, and their characters look cooler because they've got all the fancy stuff. And I've kind of got the bare bones stuff. I've got the I've got the cheapest on Amazon. I've got like the Walmart gear, and they've got like the Gucci gear on. And today is the first day that they took me into one of the more advanced dungeons. And I had spent some time today really, really studying up on how to play my character really well. It's a very, very complicated game. Very, very complicated. And it's almost like flying a plane or something, although it's not as complicated as flying a plane. But there's like a lot of stuff you got to be aware of. And it's just, they try and discombobulate you as much as possible. And so I spent a little bit of time practicing. I go into a little corner where there's no enemies. There's just like a little scarecrow that you can like beat up, and you can practice using all your different abilities at different times, things like that. And I just practiced for, 20 minutes, and then logged off, and then practiced for another 20 minutes, logged off. Meanwhile, my friends are well, I don't disparage my friends at all. This is about me being proud of myself. Is that when we went into the dungeon, I'm in my Walmart gear. They're in their Gucci gear. I actually performed number one out of all of us. And so that made me really proud. And so that was a lot of fun. I had such fun with them. Even if I was the worst performing, I would have had a ton of fun. I was just glad they brought me into the hard dungeon for the first time. So what's the carrot lesson in there? Practice, little bunny. I'll talk about practice in the future. You would be amazed at just how much practicing will make you better at things. So you got to know what the best for. I'm not going to get carroty. Okay. How about we just finish out with some nice honey? I got to tell the Discord bunnies, they're still on. Oh my God. Okay. I'm going to tell them to release the hug. I'm going to tell the podcast bunny to release the hug. Sorry I had you on for so long. Love you all. You're amazing. And you're very, very appreciated. Do you want to tell them that you love them? Yeah? Not for me. Do you want to tell do you want me to tell them that you love them? Podcast little bunny says they love you. Okay. I think a lot of people stayed up to give you that hug. Okay, I'm releasing my hug too. Ready? And release. There we go. Okay. I think it's time to wrap this up. I haven't finished my hot chocolate. I'm just going to sit here and sip some hot chocolate, okay? Maybe grab the plushie one more time. I've got you in my arms. This is just you and just me now, okay? It's just the two of us. And I'm going to drink the rest of my hot chocolate in silence, okay? Oh, and then I'll write you a poem tomorrow morning. I can't forget about that. Okay. Yeah. Oh, man. See, I'm feeling lazy, but I'm still going to do it because I'm in the habit of doing it. And I want to be high achieving. That's why I do it. Okay. I'm going to shut up and drink some hot chocolate. Okay. I've got you. Here we go. Okay, guess what? This is so funny. It is 2:30 a.m. right now in the city of New York. And so funny. One of these bunnies says, "Love you too, little bunny," speaking of you. And Daddy, this was the best way to start my day. Because they're in Europe somewhere. So the garden is global. Yeah. There's always a little bunny who's awake, who's thinking of you. You have someone who loves you, who is awake at all times. There is never, from now until forever, there is never a time when you are awake and you are alone. There is no time when you're alone anymore. You always have someone. All right. I feel like I'm rambling. All right. I'm holding the plushie. I'm going to finish the chocolate, then I'm going to go to bed. There's so much hot chocolate left. I can't do it. Okay. I'm just going to go to bed. I'll take a break now. Okay. I'm going to be back for you in just a moment. For you, it'll be just a bit. Just a couple seconds. For me, it'll be after a good night's rest. And I love that time works in mysterious ways in the garden. So no matter when you listen to this episode, you can listen to it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You are connecting with me right now, connecting with the little bunnies who you've just shared this past hour with. I don't know how long this has been. It doesn't matter if this is years and years in the future, right? Your little hug, whether it's through your plushie or through the Lindy Hand Hug, it goes through time, okay? And you really are here with me right now in the present, yeah? You're not peering into the past right now, little bunny. I'm here with you right now, okay? And all of these little bunnies who are sending you their love are with you right now. And they'll be with you anytime you want to come back and listen to this. Okay. I'll see you in a second. Wish me good night, little bunny. Thank you. Good morning, little bunny. Do I sound any different? Sometimes people's voices are super deep when they just wake up. And I used to make my content right when I woke up. But I don't know. I think I do it whenever at this point. But maybe this poem for you this week is going to sound really, really good. And it's a very sweet poem. So here it goes. You've found your home, a better home, where you're not alone, where you're never alone. Because in this space, beyond time and place, it's always here, and it's always loving. Where your friends have appeared, and they lend bunny ears, and give you their love, always growing. So say it again, but this time it's you, the very first verse, but time number 2. I've found my home, a better home, where I'm not alone, where I'm never alone. Have a great, great week, little bunny. I'm always, always here for you, and I will be back for you next week, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you. I will never leave you. Take care.